Well, the Moorish Science Temple of America was founded by Noble Drew Ali in 1913. It first started as the Moorish Holy Temple of Science as a civic organization, then later turned into a religious organization. Um, but the basis of it is political. The basis of it is a body politic government meant for the uplifting of fallen humanity. And what we mean by fallen humanity, we mean by returning the people's minds back into the constitutional fold of thinking where they understand government, civics, and citizenship, their nationality, bloodline, and lineage of their ancestors, and also the religion of their ancestors. With those two things combined makes up the mission of the Moorish Science Temple of America, founded by Noble Drew Ali. The belief that who we claim to be now, came about when Noble Drew Ali came on the shores. It's as a collective body. People been known throughout time. We have evidence of people knowing who they was here in North America as being Moors. But it wasn't a popular belief. It wasn't an organization for that. So Noble Drew Ali introduced the organization in 1913 AD. That was the first time any Islamic organization was ever on the shores of North America. So that was the first. Muslim or Islamic Muslim organization in 1913 AD, and he also taught civics as well. So you can say it began then, but really it was way before then. You know, it was just something coming about, and then someone came along with enough of the science to put it all together and make it into an organization.
Noble Drew Ali went through the legal process of creating a jurisdiction and a government with different filings that he did, one being the Our Authority filing that most Moorish Americans are familiar with, but he also attended the Pan American Conference in 1928, and he represented the Moorish Americans there as a nationality. So Moorish American was not actually coined by Noble Drew Ali. I have an older book, Morocco as It Is, that is from the 1860s or around that time, where they mentioned Moorish Americans and it was a trip of someone going over to Morocco. But in international law and what they call now the UN, the precursor to that was that Pan American Conference in 1928. And when they talk about ancient nationality and people of diplomatic status, they always refer back to that conference. And from there, in that conference, Noble Drew Ali was actually given a land mandate for America. So there's a slight misconception on exactly what that means. A lot of Moorish Americans tend to think that means that he got a allodial title to the land, which is not true. What a land mandate is basically authority but not ownership. So in essence, what happened, he was given the ability to set up a zone or a government on the land that was to be basically what Washington, D.C. is, the center of government. And he called that in Chicago our Mecca.
So what happened to the belief or the organization of the Moorish Science Temple and the way it is now? At one point, according to the FBI papers, it was up to 8 million followers. And that was the number taken in 1928, I believe. So from 1928 into 2023, what happened was what we like to call it COINTEL operations. You'll probably hear that go around a lot in a lot of organizations. So the COINTEL operations was an infiltration. Even when Noble Drew Ali was alive, it didn't didn't start after he was assassinated, but while he was living, the organization was infiltrated and split into 3 different factions, or more, maybe more than that. But you know, different leadership is the reason why the temple membership dwindled down so far as low as it is now.
Toward the end of the life of Noble Drew Ali, 1927, 1928, around that time, some of the sheiks that were higher up started to get envious of some of the things that he was doing. He was making some leeway with the government and getting very popular. Noble Drew Ali was what you could call the first super preacher. So there was some sort of conspiracy, and there's a differentiation on the story of what exactly happened. But there was infighting in the temple between the sheiks that caused him to get arrested. He got out, and shortly after that passed forms.
The biggest difference I'm trying to make is our people be aware of who they are. And once they're aware of who they are, then their minds can start to kind of bring in new ideas on how to live in a better way. So my biggest thing is to bring people self-awareness so they can better their conditions.
Difference, we all have an intricate part to play, and I'm not trying to outdo anyone by any means, but to just be that portion in the fabric in which I have to bring. So I'm not gonna put myself up on a pedestal. I'm not trying to collect accolades by any means, but the Prophet tells us to imitate him in all forms in which we do every day, actions, words, and deeds.
One of the things that I'm tasked to do myself personally is to figure out proper processes to do a lot of these legal things that people have been getting in trouble doing, because when you look into law, it's specific. So if 1 + 1 = 2 and someone tried to do 1 + 1 but got the math wrong, you just have to go back and figure out how to correct the equation. And I have a saying on my YouTube channel: proper process is the difference between getting private remedy and making the news.
The best way for me to spread awareness is through social media and my physical presence. So making myself seen and heard at events always brings awareness to what we're doing.
People of the Moorish Science Temple generally have fundraisers, get-togethers, barbecues, fish fries, things like that from time to time, dealing with the Moorish Science Temple in particular. There are other Moorish organizations that also do different events in the community. So there's usually something going around, something happening in some city at all times.
So much has been added to me. So much has been added to me. When I say that, I mean my strengths, my understanding, my reasoning, my willing. You know, these things have just strengthened. So I followed that first instruction that the Prophet said was to know yourself.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Drew Ali.
Drew Ali.
Amen.
Amen.